That van belongs to Adfield Electrical, and they are doing a quote at the place I'm supposed to be going to. And it looks like this guy is also there. And I don't know, I don't really like the idea of yeah, there he is, turning round. I don't like the idea of going in there with 2 or 3 other electricians to do a quote, trying to speak to the client as well. Think he's gonna get out? Let's go and see him. Well, that was slightly hilarious because, as you saw, somebody else was drawing up, and just as well as Ad Electrical or whatever their name was, and I went and saw him, and I said, "Are you here to quote for the flat?" He was. And so he went and parked, and we had a chat on the way in. He said, well, I don't really need the work if I'm going to have to compete for it. So I said, well, what should we do? So I rang the bell, and she said, do you want to come up to the 2nd floor? I said to him, well, do you want to? Because there's already 2 people up there, apparently. And so we got up to the top, and so yeah, there were 4 of us there, and 2 more arriving. And it was a 4-way rewirable fuse board, and about 2 other rooms other than the kitchen. And so I said I thought this was rewiring the kitchen. She said, no, I just want to get it signed off. So I said, well, what's the other electrician doing? Because I saw him going down outside, and she said, oh, I just need it signed off for someone to live in. I said, so what is the quotation for? Is the quotation for the EICR? She said, what's an EICR? So I explained to her, and she said, oh, well, yeah, in that case, it's the guy. So thank you, I can see the fuse board here. You see a big chocker up here, but I can give a quote straight away for an EICR here. And thank you. So I went downstairs, had a quick look at the intake, and left. The other electrician had been there since 3, so he'd been there 25 minutes. So I don't know what he was doing, but he didn't look amused that 4 others had turned up. And I got back into the van, and I texted her. I'll show you what I texted her. Well, it's nice and cool in here, air conditioned. Yeah, I've just been for I've got nothing to put on my YouTube channel, so this is it, I'm afraid. I turned up and I saw there's Ad Electrical in a van parked there, so I watched him through the wing mirror. Then another van turned up. Apparently there were already 2 people up there when we rang the bell. I went up there. She goes, oh, I said, well, this was a quotation for rewiring the kitchen, wasn't it? She says, no, I just need it signed off. I just don't know what it's called. Right. I call screwdrivers, I just don't know the sizes of them. I'm going to order some new screwdrivers. Same as my old ones. Oh, I wish this thing would stop twisting round. Okay. So, yeah, none of them want to be filmed anymore, so that's why I had to turn it off when I was in Richard's office. Klein screwdrivers, that's what I want to order more of. I want to order a new set of Klein screwdrivers for my testing pack. And I'll be as happy with my testing pack as I am with my not testing pack. So we're going to have less VAT?
Yes, they've already said they're going to take the European VAT off food, clothes and shoes. Now, for the people on the very low pay...
Apart from sugar.
Probably, clothes and sugar. So the very low paid people, they will be the better off. But they've said they will take off the VAT off food, clothes and hopefully alcohol. Because the other thing is they might even take it off alcohol. But Scotland won't. Scotland will keep the VAT.
Well, they've got to have their minimum price, haven't they?
Well,
they just drink.
Because that's what they call it, the Scottish DNA, isn't it? Because they all get out their head and they get
out their head.
Out their head.
Yeah. So where did your mum come from?
She came from Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape.
East Pretoria area.
Did you go there?
No. My mum's 88 now. She lives in Abergavenny.
What did I say to her? I said this. I'll read it to you. Right, you seemed a bit crowded up there. I can say that to carry out EICR on your property would take approx 2.5 hours for 4 circuits, which is £37.50 an hour. I think it would. Could be less. That is the least I've ever quoted for EICR. I'm looking at usually over £200 really, and I have charged 600 for one. Although I then did get the work, so I took some of the money off the work later, even though I advised what I normally do, which is to say get somebody else to do the EICR from them. I'll do a full narrative, which I'll show you a bit later. I do a full narrative with photos, and I even quote the regulations where there's a bit of interpretation or so on, so that anyone reading it can see where I've got things from. But anyway. I was just editing this quick video and I just got so knocked off with the lip sync going, so I'm gonna have to chop it up a bit more on this camera. I should get a decent camera for these videos, shouldn't I? But I was in the middle of explaining the text I sent her, which I'll carry on with now. Okay, so carry out use of properties 37 hours, could be less, blah blah blah. I'll show you how my EICRs turn out and the sort of things I put into them. I'll show you that later. And she's just texted me back actually, but I'll just go through my text again. I said would require 2.5 hours for 4 circuits, which is £37.50, could be less. You have an old fuse board which would require front ending with RCD or changing. Your choice really, ranging from £200 to £350, and you might need attention to the CPC on the light circuits if they're not earthed. Altogether, without a detailed inspection, EICR would give you, you're looking at around £500 to get a new bill of health. Was there anything else, Rupert? Then I sent another one. I said, pop into the office if you'd like to chat again at 3 Arcade Road, just off Beach Road. Green shop front with the metalworking machinery in it. All the best, Rupert. And anyway, she's just sent back, hi Rupert, very busy indeed. Thanks for coming by. I know a fair few people said they needed to see the job before quoting. So now you've seen it, that's great to get your quote. Hope to be in touch soon, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. Any questions or advice? I'm always here, no obligations, just round the corner. Well, I'll see what she does. Yeah, so just before we sign off on this video, sorry it hasn't been very nice video, but this is one I've done for a commercial property. All the normal stuff, all the tests, results, and then catalogue arrangement prior to installation of new electrode when main earth conductor was connected to live conductor. That's when we see the main earth conductor going straight into a neutral. So this is an EICR report. Conclusion of EICR. Satisfactory standard. Okay, observations during EICR. Exposed conductor and sealing void. Blah blah blah. Exposed wire found carried the net neutral return from the downlights to the switch. Loose line feed wrongly identified as neutral also in switch number 2. And then IET requirements down here. Requirements for electricity installations, amend 3 Jan 2015, page 208. Special locations, regulation 7, erection of switchgear, control gear and accessories according to external influences. In zone 2, switchgear. So this is the regulation 701.512.3 relating to the bathroom lights and why I've flashed them up in the EICR. Here, these joints I've actually soldered during the EICR to make them a bit better. I soldered the joints, effectively making all the different lengths of copper into one, thereby bringing the ZS well within acceptable limits. So I did do some work during the EICR, if I could do it. Here's 621.2, so I've quoted that regulation, which is about periodic inspection comprising a detailed examination. The installation should be carried out without dismantling. 633.2, the contractor or other person responsible for the new work shall record on the electrical installation certificate of the minor installation with any defects found so far as reasonably practical in the existing installation. And I've put things that are opinion and so on. Opinions requested in addition to the EICR, and I've gone kitchen under worktop arrangements. This was all plastered in. Opinion, the dishwasher risers. These are thin walled diameter 15mm copper pipe provided with moulded polymer push fit elbows. So that was, yeah, I mean, you get an idea of what I do there.